946 here on 1010 WOLB. The President of the United States, he got ahead of us as he usually does on some things. Women's History Month. And throughout our nation's history, American women have led movements for social and economic justice, made groundbreaking scientific discoveries, and enriched our culture with stunning works of art and literature, charted bold directions in our foreign policy. They have served our country with valor, from the battlefields and to the deserts of Iraq, and they have also done well in our cities, in our state, and in our nation. So we recognize the victories and the struggles and the stories of women who have made our city, our state, and our country what it is today. And so during this month, we honor a woman each day who, in our opinion, is doing well with what she has under her responsibility. She takes it well, she wears it well, and she does all that she can do to make a difference for the good in our community. And so today, can we pause, if you don't mind, and honor such a wonderful person as Cassandra Renee.
Oh.
Good morning. Let me get your mic up so that they know that y'all stay tuned. She'll be with her own show in about 15 minutes. But right now she's on ours. Good morning, sis.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
Well, let me get this, because I think most of the Baltimore family, particularly our radio family, has had a chance to be acquainted with your good works. But how best would you summarize what you do?
Help others. Help others any and every way that I can. I used to actually have a hair replacement salon, and we had a program set up for women who could not afford hair replacement units, because so many women are suffering from hair loss now.
And as the owner of such center, you have now turned yourself into what I understand as a talk show host.
I'm a talk show host, sir. But you know what? Speaking of talk show hosts, I'd like to commend you on your achievement. Number 50.
Thank you very much, sis.
Yes, congratulations.
But today is about you. Today's about you. Now you're here in Baltimore City born.
Yes, born and raised in Baltimore City.
And you've got how many children?
3.
And Festy what?
A feisty Pomeranian named Taj.
Kidnapped, probably. Okay. Now, exactly what brought you about the business that you're in?
Oh my goodness, it's such a long story. Well, I actually started out being a guest on someone else's talk show, and I absolutely loved it. And an employee of Radio 1 engaged me in conversation and says, oh, you have a great voice, you should consider having your own show. And I said, oh, I can't do that. But hey, I talked with one of the sales execs, and hey, here I am, 3 years later.
and doing well and being received well.
Thank you.
Let me go through what I call what we need to know.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
I could never have predicted
that I would be a radio talk show host, because I've always been extremely shy. Extremely shy.
The key to happiness is?
The key to happiness is loving yourself.
You will never regret.
I will never regret. I will never regret the mistakes that I've made, because they've made me the woman that I am today.
But you might wish you had.
I might wish I had lived my life more when I was younger. You know, just took more risks and had more fun.
Reality check.
Yeah, absolutely.
The biggest risk I ever took.
The biggest risk I ever took was leaving a job at a major mutual fund company to start my own business.
Never be impressed by.
Never be impressed by bling and gab.
I hope people will remember me most for.
I hope people will remember me most for my smile, and for my giving nature, and for I'm a great mother. I'm not only a mother to my children, I'm a mother to their friends, and because that's all I know to do. You know, when I was growing up, I helped my mom raise my sisters, you know, so that's all I know to do. I believe in giving of myself, giving to others, so hopefully I'll be remembered for that.
Isn't that interesting? Of all the dot questions, that's the one you spent the most time with.
Ah, that's where my heart is.
You can go wrong with that.
Absolutely.
And so now I got 2 minutes, so I'm going to use them by saying to you, what does a woman with so much on her hands do with her free time?
Oh, my free time was that.
That's that?
But I think that's what keeps me going. That keeps me upbeat. That keeps me from getting depressed. Because a lot of times when we have idle time, we think of sad and bad things. And I don't have time for negativity, so that's why I believe in staying busy. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't have dark days. Of course I have dark days, and I talk about it on my show. I give of myself. I tell my stories.
Candid.
Yes, I tell my stories because I know that someone out there needs to learn from me. And one thing I'm going to share that I haven't shared with any of my radio audience is that I recently suffered from major depression. So that's why I talk about these things, and I talk about them often because, we as a nation, I feel we're depressed, and I think a lot of us are depressed and don't know it. And there are people who are depressed and won't get help. There is nothing wrong with getting help. Please get help.
Barbara Walters Minute. Welcome for the information you didn't know till you heard it on the show.
Absolutely.
What 3 women, if you had to name 3 women that you most admire?
Oh my goodness. Well, definitely Oprah Winfrey, Maya Angelou, and Hillary Clinton.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry.
That's going to be my topic tomorrow. I was trying to get to her today. I could not squeeze her in with everything else we got on our show. So we're going to do a good discussion around, is it time?
I think it is.
Oh, I see.
I think it
We're
is.
going to have to leave politics aside.
Okay.
This is the fantastic Cassandra Renee, a woman of distinction. We'll be honoring her along with all the women of this month at a time to be mutually selected. And all we can say is we're very proud to have you join us on the show.
Thank you so much. It's an honor. Thank you so
Family,
much.
if you hold on, you'll be able to hear more of her in her own words and her own direction as she comes right behind me in about another 6.5 minutes. In the meantime, it goes like this. We did it. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Much easier than you thought.
I was nervous. I'm being nervous.
When I was alone and had nothing,